Number 1. Turn intelligence into action. You already know more than enough to change your life, but knowledge without action is the most useless form of intelligence. Niccolo Machiavelli believed that power is never given to the thinker who merely observes. It is taken by the one who moves first, strikes first, and acts when others hesitate. You sit with strategies in your mind, ideas burning inside you, yet you wait for the right moment, the perfect conditions, the approval of people who are weaker than you. That hesitation is the enemy. The world belongs to the bold, not the wise. Intelligence only becomes power when it reshapes reality. Every day you delay, someone with half your intelligence executes and takes what could have been yours. Your fears whisper that you are not ready. But fear is a liar that protects your comfort, not your future. Look around. Leaders are not always the smartest. They are simply decisive. They pull the trigger while you are still aiming. Machiavelli warned that opportunity is like hair on a woman's forehead. Easy to grab from the front, impossible to hold once it passes. So move. Act before you feel prepared. Every small action is a declaration of war against stagnation. When you act, you create momentum. When you hesitate, you create doubts. Choose momentum. The moment you convert your intelligence into behavior aligned with your purpose, you become dangerous, because nothing is more terrifying than a thinker who acts. From now on, your steps must reflect your ambition. No more waiting, no more softness. You will take, build, and dominate through action. Remember this: the world does not reward the intelligent. It rewards the effective. Number 2. Power begins when you move. Power does not appear when you think. It appears when you move with ruthless intention. Machiavelli understood that action itself generates influence, because people follow motion. They follow the one who steps forward with certainty while others freeze. When you take action, you force the world to respond to you. You bend circumstances, redirect outcomes, and shift the balance of power. But when you stay still, you become predictable, silent, invisible, a man forgotten before he even lives. There is a hidden rule among the powerful: act first, refine later. Perfectionism is just fear, wearing a sophisticated disguise. The bold take imperfect steps that terrify the cautious. The bold make mistakes, yes, but those mistakes make them sharper, colder, and faster the next time. Meanwhile, the passive prepare endlessly, living in a fantasy where potential alone deserves reward. Don't fall for that illusion. There is no reward for the man who almost acted. Real strength is measured in consequences, not intentions. Every move you make, every risk, every push, sends a message. I will not wait to be chosen. I will choose myself. And people respect the one who chooses himself. They fear the one who doesn't need permission. They admire the one who refuses to be idle. Action creates reputation. Reputation creates opportunity, and opportunity creates victory. This is how kings rise. This is how shadows obey. You must become the kind of man whose actions strike like iron, immediate, decisive, unforgettable. When your intelligence becomes behavior, your goals become territory. And once you claim territory, you become a threat to anyone who ever underestimated you. Remember, the first step is always the most resisted, which is exactly why taking it makes you superior to all who never will. Number 3. Silence your doubts, weaponize your mind. Your greatest enemy is not the world, not your rivals, not the people who whispered that you are not enough. Your greatest enemy is the voice inside your mind that convinces you to stay exactly where you are. Machiavelli understood that self-doubt is a mental poison that turns a strong man into a silent observer of his own wasted potential. The weak wait for confidence. The powerful create confidence through decisive movement. You must treat every hesitation like a traitor inside your kingdom. When doubt says stop, you advance. When fear says wait, you strike. When uncertainty says maybe, you answer with now. You are not here to negotiate with your limitations. You are here to conquer them. The world never honors a man who surrenders to his own excuses. It respects the man who forces himself to rise even when his mind wants to fall. Cold power psychology demands this. Control your inner state before the world even tries to control you. Override emotion with logic. Replace worry with strategy. Let your hunger speak louder than your hesitation. Your thoughts are tools until you sharpen them through disciplined action. Then they become weapons. Every powerful figure in history had moments of doubt, but they moved anyway. They learned that acting while afraid builds a force inside you that cannot be shaken by anyone outside you. Intelligence guided by bold action is unstoppable. It intimidates the weak and inspires those longing for strength. So when your mind tries to sabotage your rise, remind yourself, kings are not crowned in comfort. They are hardened in conflict. Train your mind to obey your ambition, not your anxiety. The moment you master your thoughts, you stop being human and start becoming inevitable. Number 4. Strategy without action is a wasted crown. You already carry a kingdom inside your mind, plans, visions, strategies sharp enough to cut through any obstacle. But a crown in the imagination is nothing more than a children's toy. Machiavelli warns us, rulers are not defined by what they think they can do. They are defined by what they force into existence. Strategy without execution is like a loaded gun in the hands of a man too afraid to pull the trigger. The world does not bow to potential. It bows to results. Every day you withhold action, your strategy grows weaker, older, and more irrelevant. Adaptation happens through movement. Real intelligence is not the ability to think deeply. It is the ability to act intelligently, to read the battlefield and make brutal decisions when everyone else is waiting for clarity. Clarity comes after you move, not before. Stop polishing ideas that never leave your head. Stop hiding behind preparation. Stop overthinking opportunities that others are already seizing. There are no perfect plans, only powerful adjustments made by those who dare to start. Action reveals what theory cannot. It exposes your strengths and sharpens your weaknesses into new weapons. Every step forward gives you a higher vantage point, a broader view. And from that height, you can strategize like a predator, not a victim. Machiavellian power rewards the man who does not ask if the plan will work, only how fast he can execute and dominate. Your mind is the architect, your actions are the army. And an army that never marches is already defeated. So take the throne you built in thought and drag it into reality. Rule through movement, command through results, because in the end, the silent thinker becomes the servant, while the decisive actor becomes the king. Number 5, the bold rewrite the rules. There is a truth the world hides from the obedient. Rules are written by the first person who dares to act without asking permission. Machiavelli understood that society rewards compliance publicly, but secretly worships those who defy limits and create their own paths. Every system, every hierarchy, every standard that exists today was once broken by someone braver than the rest. That could be you, but not if you keep waiting for approval. The timid ask, "Is this allowed?" The powerful ask, "How far can I push before they try to stop me?" You must abandon the belief that somebody else will grant you the authority to rise. Authority is seized, respect is commanded, influence is taken. The man who acts boldly forces others to adjust around him. Even his enemies must acknowledge his presence. Intelligence gives you vision, but bold action gives you territory. Look at history. The names we remember are not those who behaved, but those who conquered, disrupted, and reshaped the world to reflect their will. Laws bend for those who are too strong to be ignored. Opportunities unlock for those who kick down closed doors. People follow the one who moves while everyone else is frozen by invisible chains. Your mission is not to fit in. Your mission is to become the standard others are judged by. Never forget, comfort breeds cowards. Boldness builds kings. The moment you replace hesitation with action, the game changes, because you stop playing by the rules and you start writing them. Let others whisper about what's fair. You focus on what's effective. The world only gives two choices: be controlled or be the one who controls. Decide who you are, and then prove it with every move you make. Number 6. Your value is proved through action. You can call yourself ambitious, intelligent, strategic, but none of it matters until your actions validate the identity you claim. Machiavelli believed that perception is power, and perception is built only through what the world can see you do. People judge you by results, not potential. They don't care about what you intend. They care about what you deliver. Talk is cheap. Plans are invisible. Execution is undeniable. When you take action, you force others to reassess you. The doubters fall silent. The envious begin to fear you. Even friends start treating you differently because they realize you are no longer one of them. You are rising. You must become obsessed with measurable progress. Every goal needs a punch, a real move that brings it closer. If you say you want power, but you take no steps toward it, you are lying to yourself. If you say you want respect, but you tolerate disrespect, you are building your own humiliation. The world studies how you behave, not what you believe. They notice what you allow and what you refuse. They watch how you respond under pressure. They evaluate the impact of your movements. And if your movements create advantage, you become valuable. And value is the currency of power. So build a life where your actions speak louder than your explanations, where every step you take announces who you are becoming, where your work ethic makes others uncomfortable, where your achievements silence every whisper against you. Do this, and you will not need to prove anything. Your results will do the talking. Power doesn't come from claiming your worth. It comes from demonstrating it. Act until your name carries weight. Act until your presence changes conversations. Act until your victories become too large to ignore. Number 7. Control the game by controlling the pace. The strongest player is not the one with the most power. It's the one who dictates the rhythm. Machiavelli understood that when you control the timing of action, you control the outcome. Most men move reactively, waiting for opportunities, responding to events, adjusting to others' decisions. They are puppets with invisible strings. But the strategist who chooses when to strike forces the world to move in his tempo. That is dominance. Speed is a weapon. When you move faster than expected, you overwhelm resistance. When you delay strategically, you starve your opponents of clarity. Act so decisively that others scramble to understand what you already executed. That confusion is your advantage. The greatest victories are won before the enemy even knows a battle has begun. In life, your enemy is any force trying to keep you from rising. Laziness, fear, doubt, competitors, systems designed to keep you average. You break them by attacking time itself. Set deadlines that make your goals urgent. Remove the luxury of waiting. Hesitation is a slow death, but reckless speed is also weakness. Power lies in precision, not chaos. Know when to pause, observe, and let others reveal their desperation. Then strike when the opening is perfect. When you control pace, you make others uncomfortable, and discomfort makes them predictable. Their reactions become tools in your hands. Every step you take should manipulate time. Accelerate when it creates pressure. Slow down when it creates anticipation. You become untouchable when others cannot guess your next move, or when they guess it too late. Remember, lions don't chase every movement. They conserve energy, then kill with one decisive charge. Move like a predator. Expand your influence by making every second bow to your purpose. Power is not just what you do. It's when you choose to do it. Number 8. Action turns you into a threat. The moment you start acting with consistency, some people will become uncomfortable. Good. Machiavelli teaches that when you become effective, you become dangerous. The world is filled with those who talk about success, fantasize about power, and dream about greatness. But when you actually move toward it, you expose their weakness. Your progress becomes a mirror reflecting their stagnation. That's why they try to pull you back, not because you're wrong, but because you're proving they never tried. When you convert intelligence into results, you shift the hierarchy. You rise above the crowd. You stop being one of them and start becoming a threat to them. The same people who once doubted whether you could win will now fear what happens if you do. And fear breeds envy, gossip, and subtle sabotage. Expect that. Machiavelli was clear. A rising man must not expect applause. You must develop a cold exterior, unbothered, unreadable, untouchable. No need to announce your moves, no need to explain your purpose. Action will reveal everything. Your silence protects your vision. Your execution protects your future. Every time you take a step forward, imagine you're sharpening a blade, one that cuts through limitations, excuses, and those who stand in your way. The strong will feel inspired by your climb. The weak will feel threatened. And that contrast is how you identify who deserves to stay in your life. If your ambition intimidates them, let them go. You are not responsible for their fear. You are responsible for your destiny. Keep moving, keep rising, keep evolving. The world fears a man who cannot be stopped, so become the kind of man who does not ask for permission and does not hear the word no. Number 9. Transform pressure into power. Pressure is the environment where ordinary men break and where future rulers are formed. Machiavelli knew that discomfort is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that you are entering territory where most people never dare to go. When challenges rise, weak minds look for an escape. Strong minds sharpen their resolve. The moments when you feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or outmatched are the exact moments your evolution begins. Every trial is a test designed to measure one thing. Will you continue to act? Pressure reveals your inner structure. If you collapse, it shows your foundation was built on excuses. But if you push harder, strike smarter, and continue moving, pressure transforms into your armor. It makes you resilient, strategic, and calm under fire, qualities that make you a nightmare to defeat. Most people run from what hurts, but power belongs to the man who walks directly into discomfort and bends it to his will. Action under pressure creates dominance because it teaches others a frightening truth. You cannot be broken. Your rivals lose confidence. Your doubts lose power. Your fears lose relevance. With every challenge you overcome, your authority sharpens, your presence intensifies, and your hunger grows. Do not avoid hardship. Harvest it. Use stress as fuel. Let the weight that crushes others become the weight that strengthens you. You are not here to survive. You are here to conquer. The world bows to the one who keeps taking ground while everyone else retreats. So when you feel the heat, do not slow down. Accelerate. Pressure is a forge, and you are becoming the weapon that will rewrite the fate others assumed for you. Number 10. Victory belongs to the one who acts.
Every step you've taken, every risk you've embraced, every doubt you've crushed, all of it leads to one truth. Victory favors the man who acts. Machiavelli understood that the world is not controlled by those who are the smartest, the kindest, or the most deserving. It is controlled by those who refuse to remain still. You are defined by the battles you choose to fight and the results you are relentless enough to achieve. Most men never rise because they wait for permission to begin. They wait for courage, for clarity, for signs that never come. But you are different now. You know that movement creates clarity. You know that consistent execution builds unstoppable confidence. You know that every aggressive step forward widens the gap between you and those who gave up before they started. Your intelligence is no longer wasted. It has become a blade, and every action you take sharpens its edge. You are no longer here to wonder what you could be. You are here to prove it in real time. Understand this: there will always be obstacles, resistance, and enemies who hope you fail. But they are irrelevant. The only variable that matters is you, your discipline, your ambition, your refusal to surrender, your willingness to do what others fear. From this moment forward, every day is a battlefield, and you are marching straight through it with purpose. Victory is not a dream. It is a destination earned through sweat, sacrifice, and ruthless momentum. So keep moving, keep striking, keep evolving, because kings are not born, they are built through action, and you are already building your crown.